teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Now a give left side to Falk. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Mike, check, 59. Rip right, check, that's 3.
Running right, here's Falk. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. This is Hunt. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Now a give right side. Samuel. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin. That makes it a 7-3 lead. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Fielded at about the 28. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And the Raven first down.
Here we go. Watching the grind. All day, dog.
They'll try and run with their fullback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep him. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Switch.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14.
At the 25-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
Let's go, baby. Kill six all day. Don't throw my side.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
On the ready.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Bravo! Look at me, zipper! 36. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up. Go.
Back to throw now on first down. Taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught at the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
Watch out, 61, matchbox, light.
They'll try and run it here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, man.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, they scared. They scared. Mark 55.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball? And in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
At the 33-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go, go, go.
They run with Hunt. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
He may try and run for this. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they give this time to the tailback. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the Steelers' 10-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Your trick is here.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 55 to mine. Check 55 to mine.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. On 1st down, Samuel, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Samuel, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot. Mike, 36.
They'll set up to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Line 36.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Now back to throw. Going top shelf for... And that's caught inside the 35. The gain of 39 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play in football.
On 2nd down now, Samuel. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. And now look at him go. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Forced out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. Now the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready, break. Hey, Delta.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. But I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home,